this is amazing. It's been months of us planning this, and now we are here.
Finally.
Hello, I am Will Ellis. This is our podcast, and the podcast is called If You Build It.
And I'm Riyad Ali.
Well, thank you, Riyad. And we invite you to embark on, this is like a podcast where we invite you to embark on a journey where we sort of get to the area of entrepreneurship.
We're going to cover some motivational stories, inspirational stories of local business owners, and look at their journey to pursue their dreams.
We're going to talk about the good, the bad, the ugly, and the bravery it takes to build something that you can call your own. And now,
Pause.
This is fun. But first, a little bit about ourselves, and we have my favorite. Are you our first guest?
Yeah.
Look at that. Franky Myles of Exposure Values Real Estate Photography. He'll be asking us, Riyad and I, a few questions about us, about who we are, and why we do what we do.
And
Hello.
And also some fun questions.
Fun questions,
Yeah,
well, of course.
some fun
Yes.
questions for sure.
Hello, sir.
All right, so thank you guys for having me. Congratulations to both of you for getting this all set up.
Thank
It's
you.
been a while.
Thank
yeah,
you,
I know.
thank you.
It took a lot of planning.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
we're glad you're here.
Yes.
Thanks. Yeah. So I had the idea of interviewing you guys because it's been a blast helping you shoot the local support series, and now I want you guys to be out there and show I'm a good realtor. You should use me. Yada yada yada.
Of course.
Right.
There you go.
So here's some questions. Right.
Yes.
Tell me who you are and where you from. I guess the first one was already answered, but where are you from?
Okay.
Where do you start?
There you go. Okay, my name is Riyad again. Born and raised in Scarborough.
Ontario.
Scarborough, Ontario, yes. Now live in Ajax, and I've been a realtor for about 12 years now.
Where in Scarborough?
McCown, Eglinton.
Yeah.
Yes. Will Ellis, realtor, just over 8 years. Only 8 years.
You sure?
Yeah, positive. Just over 8 years. Born in Toronto, but raised in the wonderful streets of Whitby, Ontario, North Whitby, and I love what I do.
And you said you've been in real estate for 8 years.
Just over 8 years. Yes.
Did you?
12.
12 years real
So
estate.
as a team, over 20 years experience, which I think has worked out well for our clients.
And I'm very happy to announce this is our 1 year anniversary
All right.
This
Yeah.
week
of the DR Group.
of our real estate team, the Durham Regional Real Estate Group, 1 year this week when Riyad begged.
That's good.
Begged me. He's like, well, please. And I'm like, you know what? For you, of course, anything that you need.
There you go.
Anything that you
And here we are.
Well, that's awesome. Congrats.
Thank you.
Big milestones. So how did you guys get into real estate?
Well, you go first.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. My career has been in sales. I went to school at Durham College in Oshawa for marketing and HR. I've been I was a manager for years at Durham College, and then I went on to sold cars. I sold media like Google. I sold online marketing to companies throughout the country and North America. And then everything sort of I've done has led me up to real estate. I think real estate, unlike other sales jobs I've had, is more of a relationship business, as Riyad knows.
Yep.
And I got into it. One, I love the schedule. The schedule is my own. And two, I just love interacting with people.
Yeah.
If it's not people, that you're selling with, or even, buyers, it's also just everyone has an opinion on real estate.
Yeah.
So any family function, any friend event, people are just chit-chatting and talking about what's going on with whatever in real estate. So I do love it. There's always a great conversation, to be had.
For sure. How about yourself?
I was in the corporate world first, and then I wasn't happy. I wanted to do something more, but what? Then my wife and I bought our first house. We didn't hire a realtor. It was one of those pre-construction, and
right.
the realtor was there, and he was terrible. I'm not gonna mention his name. He's still in business, but I'm not gonna mention his name or anything about him. But
He's someone that's known.
Huh?
Someone that you would know if you said his name.
Oh,
Would I know him?
100%. People know who he is, and
Tell me after.
it was
Yeah.
it was a terrible
wanna know.
experience.
Yeah.
No follow up. There was no personal. I had so many questions as a first time home buyer.
Of course.
And I remember going back to my wife. I'm like, I can do a better job than that. I mean, there's
For sure.
I go, this is what somebody's
This guy
buying
sucks,
the
yeah.
biggest purchase of their life, and that's how it is. And so forget it. No, and talking to his friends, they're like, yeah, you'll be good at it. So I just signed up, and 6 months later, I was a realtor, right? So
6 months.
I did everything as fast as I
Wow.
could. Yeah.
Yeah, it took me a couple years.
That was the old way.
That's the old way. Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
old way. Yeah.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
new way is different now, huh?
You don't know anybody that's been through the new way?
I have. Yeah, it could be. It depends how fast you want to get through it. It could be,
Yeah.
6 months to a year.
I
It could
just
be a
know I
couple
was in the college as opposed to was when we
Yeah.
the license. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So that kind of segue into the next one. Do you guys have somebody that mentored you to get into the industry, or do you guys currently mentor somebody?
As of right now, we don't mentor. We're still trying to build the DR group. That's been our main focus. Actually, if somebody asked me, what if I got into real estate now, what do they recommend? One thing I would say, a mentor would be good because it'll teach you good habits from the beginning. Like a lot of the habits I have now, it took me a long time to figure that out. A lot of failures before successes. So having a mentor would have been a great thing, but I never had one right off the bat.
We want to get into those successes and failures in the other questions.
Yeah.
But you let us know about the mentor.
Luckily for me, I had the ability to talk to some good agents in our office. I'll mention Tony Slavin, who was the manager at the time when I started.
One of the best.
One of the best. And he allowed me to go to his house some weekends to just sit down and learn and go over paperwork and teach me about marketing and all the things that mattered and how to be during a negotiation. Because I think we overthink things as people.
100%.
And real estate really is it's not simple, but it's as hard as you want to make it for yourself.
Exactly.
So if you just slow down and just, look at the facts and work with people. And it's all about relationships. If agents on both sides have a good relationship, we typically get a deal done on behalf of our clients. And that's the goal ultimately.
100%.
For sure. Okay, let's talk about how hard it is to get the license. I had a horrible time getting my license. I failed my test, and I didn't go into it anymore because I found that the material was just too dry. I didn't like it.
It is boring because it's hard to read something and not know how to apply it yet, right? So
Exactly.
until you get it out there and start buying and selling homes, then you see, oh, that's what I read on page, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But I didn't find it hard. I just wanted to get through it because I had somebody that wanted to sell something, so I was trying to get through as fast as I can.
Right. And for me, I thought, and I failed a couple of them. I did.
Yeah.
But it's 100%. It's a lot of information you don't really need.
That's what I found.
As well, right? So I think it's a deterrent because there's a lot of agents out there. It's a deterrent to not have, another 100,000 agents in I think it's like 80,000 now in the province, which is a bit silly. And so they put it in Humber, which I don't know if that's working. But the content is not because once you pass, you gotta relearn from ground zero.
Yeah.
Right? Because nothing you learn in that course, in my opinion,
Helped.
helps. So you have to, work with the right people, right brokerage, and slowly build yourself up over a couple of years in order to understand the industry fully.
Well, congratulations to the people that mandated the heart test because they have one less because of me.
So there's now 79,999 agents.
Yeah, they didn't get me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's talk about your first sale. Was it a good experience? Was it frightening? Was it empowering?
I was very lucky because it was my brother. So it was a condo townhome in Toronto. So all my mistakes and lessons learned was with him. So it wasn't somebody like pointing fingers at me after or mad at me. It was great. It was a great learning experience. So that was my first sale.
For sure.
For me, it was a purchase for some friends, and again, my biggest the sales part I'm good with. I'm good at sales. It's the paperwork. Oh my god. Everyone right home knows how much I hate paperwork. I hate it.
And I know this too, right?
Yes, you know this is too. I don't like paperwork. And that's my biggest thing is getting the paperwork. And back then, I was against e-signature, so everything was done in face-to-face.
Well, we didn't even have it then, too.
We didn't have it in 2015,
so
right? But
it was faxing and it was signing,
So getting through the paperwork, but overall, the experience was fine. Like as long as you and your friends understand, especially you're working with people that know you, that it's a learning process. And there's someone there shadowing you, really from the office. So you should end up being pretty good.
Awesome. So another thing I want to ask about, is there a way, like, let's say there's a client that you really want to land and you only have 30 seconds. And it's not the intent that you only get 30 seconds. It's a coincidence that you are in the same small elevator with them for 30 seconds.
Elevator pitch. I was about to say elevator pitch. Yeah.
would be something that you would tell them?
See, this is hard for me because
Yeah.
I don't have an elevator pitch because I'm about relationship building. So for me, it's like, hey, let's go have a coffee and let's see what your needs are. I can't answer your questions in 30 seconds. I need to understand what you need, what your goals are, and how we can get you there. So for me, it's like, let's go get a coffee or grab a bite to eat, and let's talk about what your future plans are, your current plans are, and where you want to be 3-5 years.
Right.
I think ultimately the biggest issue with this industry, again, my opinion, is that as realtors we make it about ourselves,
Exactly.
and the process, in my opinion, is a process about the client, right? So my elevator pitch would be, how can we make this process work well for you and your family? And here's X, Y, and Z reason why. Because I think ultimately, when at the beginning when I was, doing pitches to people, every brokerage is number one at something.
Yeah.
Number one at selling houses with brick. Number one selling houses with red doors. But what can you do to make that experience for that potential client better? And that's what an elevator pitch should include.
Exactly.
Nice. Good
Thank
stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. Is our realtors, when you see another realtor, you guys hate on each other? No?
I mean, every industry is like that.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're gonna have people, good, bad, people who put themselves out there on social media, or who are number one, like you said, or there's gonna be hate.
Yeah.
But it's one of the things. I don't think, like, if I had to give advice to any new agents, is that there's a lot of noise. Forget about the noise. Tune it out, and who cares about that? Who cares what other realtors think about you? It's like, as long as you're helping your client and you're serving your client, that's all that matters,
Like
right?
social media is a marketing tool.
Yeah.
And so if you're a new agent and you're an agent, every agent's gonna brag about the listing they have and the sold they had, whatever. But really, you can't compare yourself to other people.
No.
Because you don't really understand a certain person's situation. So the biggest thing is just you see what they're doing, understand what your guys are doing, like your other realtors in your community are doing, but ultimately create your own identity, your own brand, and rely on yourself.
Yeah, there's different markets, different niches, so who knows what you're in, right?
To get there. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Right, because it's tough. It would be imagine like my entire feed is realtors.
Yeah,
like every reel and TikTok, I get realtors constantly, and it's good to see what's happening out there. But if your mind's not trained to sort of just watch for what it is, you can get in your head.
Yeah, 100%.
Awesome. And last question before we get into some fun stuff, some funner questions, non-real estate related questions.
Of course.
How do you guys stay motivated? Like, it's your own schedule, right?
Yeah.
There's nobody telling you do this, do that. You guys have to kind of do it yourself. How do you stay on top of the ball on, like, I need to get this done, I don't want to?
I think for me, I've always, like, that's who I am. I'm a go-getter. Like, Will can talk about this.
Yes.
in sports we play, and my competitive nature.
Very
like,
competitive.
Like, I'm competitive with myself. So I wake up in the morning, what do I need to get done? I write things down. I have systems in place. And I make goals for myself weekly, monthly. Like, I'll write a target. I want to make X amount of dollars this month, and that's what I try to go for. So that's how I keep myself going. Is I visualize what I want to get done. I set goals for myself, and I try to get it.
Perfect. Yeah.
It's being a team, which we are. We're different, but we're the same.
Yeah.
I'm very relaxed in how I approach things. I think as realtors, we need to understand stats and numbers and markets and the economy and the bigger picture of the country in terms of GDP and all that stuff, because all of that information is linked in essence to real estate. And so I think how you stay on top of it is watch the news, read the paper, talk to people that maybe teaching at schools or whatever, so you get a feel for what's happening out there.
100%.
Talk to people in your community. As a team, DR group. Our focus is connecting people in the community, right? And we're in the community talking to business owners and leaders and families and getting frontline view opinions on what's happening in the economy, in the community, and that also helps us in terms of our ability to talk and relate to people and potential clients.
Yeah. Good stuff. I guess I do have more questions.
Of course you do.
Yeah.
The fun stuff, or what?
No, not yet. Hang on one sec. Have you? But back to the competition one. Like, do you think you need to be competitive in this industry?
No,
if you're not a competitor,
no, you have to have your own drivers, right? Like, what everybody has a different drive in life that makes them go. Me, I like the competitive nature, and not with anybody else. It's myself.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, like most people think you need to be competitive with others.
No.
And honestly, that's the worst. Again, My opinion. I'm no, theologian or whatever, smart person, doctor, whatever. I'm a realtor. And I can tell you this right now. What makes me happy each day is on year to year, I'm doing better in my business.
100%. Yeah.
Year to year, I continue to smile. And year to year, I continue to build a reputation within the community of being a good person, a very honest realtor.
Yep.
And you just got to enjoy it because this business is lonely. Like we're alone a lot as realtors, right?
Yeah.
You're in your car, you're at a meeting by yourself, whatever. And so you got to find little bits of excitement
100%.
to keep you going each and every day. And so that's why it's good to sort of compare yourself to yourself and nobody else. I think the good thing about having a team
is we talk.
you talk, you get a feel, and we talk to other agents too, right?
Yeah,
and so, and you get a feel for what's happening, what's up and coming. You get their thought process on on what's happening as well. So it helps you understand what's going on. And again, that information can be redirected to your clients or potential clients as well. So again, very important that you again look at the industry for what it is, and as if you're a person like Riyad and I, you're competing with yourself and nobody else.
Yep.
Enjoy the small things.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Life's too short to get caught up on stupidity.
For sure. All right, yeah, that's it. That's all I wanted to ask about the real estate stuff. I have some other fun questions. You mentioned a while back pickleball. So, in a nutshell, explain. I don't know anything about pickleball.
It's
I've
basically
never
a
even
cross of ping pong and tennis. That's the
It
best way I
is.
can describe it.
It is the fastest growing sport on earth. It is the in terms of popularity. It's you got who's can't think of people that like LeBron James and they were buying into pickleball
Buying
teams and
teams.
leagues.
Yeah.
I started to play 3 years ago. I didn't think I'd like it. I love it.
Is it like a game you're using your whole body? Help me understand.
So basically, you're playing on a court that's really no bigger. Like a Foursquare,
Like a
thing?
badminton.
Badminton court. So
Badminton
a badminton
court,
court, the net's sort of the same height as a tennis court, and they're using a paddle that's slightly larger than a ping pong paddle and a wiffle ball. And you're serving and you're playing in teams. It's a great workout. It's not as hard to do. Like if you play, like I grew up playing tennis. Like in my current condition, couldn't play tennis. But pickleball, amazing. Not hard on the body at all, and a fun workout. And you play people that are my age in their 40s to people that are in their 80s, and it's a lot of fun.
It's fun. 100% fun.
I'll play. Why not?
Anyone can pick it up. It's a really
so
good sport.
we're going on mic now. You're gonna come play with us.
Yeah,
Yeah, why not?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll come play.
And Riyad, and I begged Riyad. I said, Riyad, you need an outlet.
I'll come play. So
you
you
need
said
an outlet, Riyad, to let off some steam. And for months, he fought me on not playing pickleball.
Yeah, then I
Then June of this year, he's like, let's go. We played, and he fell in love. Loved it. Bought rackets, knee pads, there's a whole pickleball collection in his car, pickleball bags, and even a bandana.
Yeah.
And now,
a white bandana.
And it says King of Pickleball.
There you go.
And now, every week we play for about 90 minutes.
Yep.
Great workout. Very competitive person.
What would you learn about me?
Here's what I learned. I am not competitive. I used to be when I was younger and in great shape and could run upstairs without being out of breath or having a heart attack. I was very competitive. When I played pickleball, I'm pretty good at pickleball. I grew up playing tennis and squash, so I'm pretty good. Riyad did not like the fact that he could not compete. He, every week, probably went in his garage and hit the ball against the wall or something. He got better and better. He beat me 2 weeks ago and then called me the next morning and said, "Are you okay today?" And I was like, never again. I do not. Here's the thing. I was already mad how bad I played that night.
Yeah.
Wasn't I mad? I was mad.
He was quiet. Will was quiet.
I got
When
quiet.
Will
I
ever
was
quiet?
Yeah,
Will was
never.
quiet.
I was enraged because I was missing things I shouldn't miss. And then Riyad knew my backhand was off. She was targeting the backhand. And I said, all right. Riyad was loving life. Just excited that night. I just sat there, watched him. I said, okay. I even didn't. I almost didn't shake his hand at the end. I was like,
Yeah, I know.
but I said, let me just shake your hand and say congrats. And then last week,
He won.
Last week I pummeled him.
Dominated.
But, can I say pummeled?
No, it was
Or-
not
or-
bad.
or
It was not
beat you.
bad. He
I
beat me.
beat you,
He beat me.
and I felt great.
But if you put us in the same team,
Yes,
we're
good.
dead.
It's over.
We're dead.
Yeah.
We're good.
But you guys played partners.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're playing
So
teams.
we rotate.
rotate.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's a lot of fun. And people are like, "What's pickleball?" Play it once. Like he used to say, it's like, "What are you playing pickleball for?" But play it
Just play
once.
Yeah.
I guarantee. And again, doesn't look hard at all. but it's a full body workout.
Yeah.
And we'll see if we can beat them again.
There you
I'll
go.
be on
Yeah,
your team.
100%.
Yeah.
It's a great workout. I highly recommend pickleball.
There you go.
Best
Pickleball.
thing ever.
All right. Other fun questions.
Yep.
iPhone or Android?
iPhone.
iPhone.
all the way.
Simplicity for it. I like iPhone.
Yeah.
It's very easy to use.
Yeah. Same.
New one tomorrow.
You get a new one?
No, like the new one comes out tomorrow.
really?
Yeah.
Another one?
Yeah, every year, right? They shouldn't do it every year.
Yeah, they shouldn't.
But
I don't think they should do it every
it's a
year.
money thing.
It is
money.
definitely money, but I think they should cap it, like maybe every 2 year, right? Because otherwise, what?
The phone, like, what else could they change
Right?
on the phone? Like iPhone, I don't really even use my phone to its full extent.
Same. But
Yeah.
Like
it is what it is.
Yeah, for sure.
exactly.
Benz, Beamer, Audi, preference?
For me, it's none of those.
None of them?
It's very hard for me.
I love my Toyota. I've been driving Toyotas for a decade. They're great cars,
Yeah,
and they look nice.
It's hard. It's a hard one for me. Eh?
Really,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't think so.
Yeah.
BMW, Benz, or Audi.
Audi.
Yeah,
Audi all the way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why do you like
Yeah.
the Audi so much?
Yeah.
It's a clean brand. It's not too aggressive. It's not too basic. It kind of hides between those two other ones,
Right.
and I just like that.
Right.
It's clean and simple.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then Nike or Adidas.
Nike,
Nike for sure.
100%.
100%.
Or Under Armour.
No,
Under
Nike.
Armour is coming up.
Nike.
I've only ever owned Nike clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Socks, shoes.
And pineapple on pizza.
100%.
Never. Never. That's the dumbest
No
thing
more
ever.
DR group.
Yeah, I know.
That's
You're
the
done.
dumbest- yeah, no. He's the one that enjoys eating cheese pizza. It doesn't
I
make sense.
love cheese pizza.
What's wrong with cheese pizza?
It's pointless.
I mean, not if you
Like
like.
it's like
If you like
add
pizza.
some vegetables or some meat to it.
Yeah.
It's dumb. Like who goes? I'm gonna order just cheese pizza.
Macaulay Culkin.
Margarita.
Yeah, like he orders a cheese pizza everywhere he goes.
Yeah,
Oh, margarita, but that's a different kind of cheese
Yeah.
pizza.
but it's good.
Yeah, 'cause
Delicious, yeah.
It's a lot of like you order like that's like at a proper pizza place. You wouldn't order that from like Pizza.
No.
Which they do have a margarita. It's
Yeah,
not
it's
that
probably
good.
terrible. But yeah, but for me, I don't get I mean, I'll have pineapple on pizza. I'm not gonna say no to it, but I just think it's disgusting.
Yeah, I think it's delicious.
Interesting.
And Shaq or Kobe?
Neither.
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 MJ all the way.
Yeah, Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
But,
I-
but
we-
if I had to pick it, I'll pick Kobe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, everyone will choose Kobe, but I just think Michael Jackson. Yeah, no, but Michael Jordan is the epitome of what sort of how we model our careers as realtors. I think you just got to push yourself,
And compete with yourself.
compete with yourself,
Yep.
nobody else, and then your hard work will lead your team or yourself to greatness.
Yep.
And that's key. Now, question for Riyad. Can I ask Riyad a question?
No questions.
No.
Thank you. We're now a year into this DR group business. What's your biggest surprise? What's the biggest thing you learned about me in our first year?
How much you are like me? Like I thought we were very different,
Right.
but we're very much similar. Like
How so?
we're competitive. We
Okay.
love our food.
Okay, first of all, you can tell that I love my food. I've always said you can tell I love to eat. This guy can eat for days.
That's like my brother.
Yeah, and doesn't get it. He works out hard. He eats so well. You'd be surprised.
Yeah.
You're easy. We're easygoing.
Yeah.
We love real estate the same way. Music,
True.
sports.
True.
Yeah, but we're very similar. And I was shocked about that.
Interesting. My biggest surprise about
Yeah,
Well,
Riyad.
let's ask you the same
Yeah,
question.
no,
Yeah.
Now I got to think about it.
Mr. Ellis.
I believe it's your love of food. It is.
Yeah.
It is amazing that a guy that is so trim looking and you work out hard, obviously, eats as much as you do. It's funny because you plan your entire day or week or
Oh yeah,
routes.
when I go in showings, I look where the route is and I look where the next restaurant is where I can
Yeah,
eat.
exactly.
I make sure my
Yeah.
lunch is
That's
taken
funny.
in there. Yeah.
He loves his food and he's passionate about it.
And people call me.
Yes.
I have clients that call me. Hey, I'm in Toronto. What's the best restaurant? I'm in Durham. Actually, he calls me too.
Yes.
Where do I eat next?
The clients message me all the time saying, "Oh, where we're going to be in Whitby? Where do we go?" I right now I say Springwood, right? But everyone has their own choice. So my other biggest surprise about Riyad is in 2019. The story is coming out. 2019 at our award ceremony,
Oh,
we were at was it Brock Street? Or
Yeah,
somewhere?
yeah.
Brock Street. Riyad was sitting there by himself, and I walked in. I just made a regular Will Ellis comment. I said, "Oh, you're here," and I walked away. I didn't think anything of it.
You barely knew him, did you?
Barely knew.
Yeah,
2
that's-
years later, we had lunch.
yeah.
And he invited me to lunch, I think, to tell me off. and he brought up that situation to me at our lunch.
What
at
can,
KB.
I don't know what he meant by that. Like, what do you mean I'm not supposed to be here? See, Michael Jordan, you know, you get
Yes,
yeah.
yes. It was just a regular comment. I mean, you won a great award that year, right? But it was just a regular comment. It did get underneath your skin, and so you're welcome.
There you go.
But yes, but again, he secretly wants to prove himself to himself and nobody else. But you did bring me to lunch and bought me lunch to tell me off. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's fine. That's
perfect.
One more last question.
Yes,
Working out. You guys work out, yeah.
I do work out, but
Go-to song, rap, rock, reggae, whatever.
Oh,
Which track?
to work out to?
Yeah.
I'm Trini, so I'm gonna go with soca.
are you what?
Say it. There you
Trinidad?
go. Yeah. So soca. I just lost.
You know, when I work out, and weirdly, I think if I didn't work out, I'd weigh 1,000 pounds easily, because I eat so poorly sometimes. But I'm an R&B'er. Like, you know, that's the thing. I will listen to an R&B slow jam while working out, hard on weights.
Slow jam while working out.
I could too.
Yeah.
If I'm doing very concentrated workouts,
Yeah.
I can listen to slow jams
Yeah.
all the time. But if I just wake up and I'm a little slow, I need my soca to get me going.
Yeah. But usually now, when I work out at home, so I usually, if I'm on the treadmill, I'm watching like a show, or I'm doing like a Peloton thing on the TV. So
Yeah.
it's not like I need music. But and again, or it could be a podcast as well.
Yeah. Cool.
Another question.
I'm surprised. I thought it would be like an Eminem kind of like fast rap type of thing.
No, not at all. Freddie, question for you.
Oh, all right.
Question for you. You've known me now a while. Am I a nice person? Better now than I was back then?
That you were back then. I mean, I think we can both say that I know you more now than I knew you back then. So, I mean, I can't really say you were mean back then because I didn't really know you that well.
Thank you.
We'll play the unscripted stuff later.
Yeah.
You can answer that for sure.
No, I didn't. I mean, I'm not saying anything just because the cameras are rolling. I didn't know you. So
I see how I make everything about myself. That was my point, right? So
maybe I make it about me. So I'm like, whatever he does here, I'm going to do me. So I didn't
Yes.
really notice.
True.
Yeah.
You know, the last time we went to dinner, to the keg, you were going to order that salmon thing, and I told you
And I did, I think.
that you didn't.
No.
I told you to order the sirloin Oscar,
And
you
I did
ordered
get it, yeah,
now,
yeah.
going back to the keg, have you gotten the sirloin Oscar again, or did you get the salmon?
Last time I've been, I've gotten both. Last time I went, I got
At the same time?
salmon. No.
Oh.
We were both like,
Yeah.
"What are you doing? Are they gonna die tomorrow?"
But I've gotten both from different occasions.
Now, what is your
Yeah.
favorite? Is it still the
Yeah.
salmon?
Yeah, the salmon. Yeah, the
Mhm.
salmon definitely.
Well, interesting. Oh no, I was very glad that they didn't order this. The Oscar is my favorite keg dish. Riyad, what's yours?
Salmon's delicious.
Filet mignon.
Filet mignon.
Yep.
Perfect.
No,
Wow.
No
beef,
no
though.
bacon.
No bacon,
No
sorry.
bacon.
yeah. What's that?
Close out.
Producer's telling you to close us out.
Okay. Well, I'm already done my questions. You guys can exit the.
Well, thank you, Freddie.
Thank
I'm
you,
sorry.
Freddie, yeah.
I'm sorry. Is that mean Freddie?
Cat's out of the bag.
Uh-oh. Thank you, Franky.
Yeah.
Thank you again for coming on today and
Interviewing
you know,
us.
and interviewing us. It's really, you know, as I said, this is our first episode, and for well, you know, every 2 weeks we'll come up with new episodes, and we appreciate your support. Hopefully, you'll come back. And again,
Try
this is,
pickleball. That's our next
yeah,
step.
we're gonna play pickleball together.
Yeah.
And again, Franky Myles of Exposure Values Real Estate Photography. Thank you for coming on today. Thank you for asking us questions.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you guys, and we'll see you soon.
See you soon, guys.